Hi, welcome to one of my favorite times of the year. This is our Barrel Future event. This is where we allow you to purchase wine futures out of the barrel. We only do this once a year. It's a great opportunity for you to get the wines at a discounted price. We've picked out and selected a few different wines that we think show a lot of potential, or are gonna be awesome wines. We'll ship them out once we get them in the bottle. So make sure that you get them while they last, and I think you'll really enjoy them. Thanks.
I'm out here in Creekview Vineyard. This is growing Petit Syrah for us. These vines have been here for almost 20 years, and we've been making Petit Syrah off this vineyard for about that long. And it's a really great spot for Petit Syrah here on Bradford Mountain on the west side of Dry Creek Valley. It's also literally right next door to our own winery and estate vineyard. And the volcanic rocky soil, along with the orientation facing east, means that we don't get late afternoon sun. And this particular spot tends to grow grapes that have very high natural acidity, which means it's great for a grape like Petit Syrah that has a really thick skin, has a lot of tannin that you have to manage as a winemaker, and making sure that we're picking as ripe as possible helps to manage that tannin, and being able to have the high natural acidity to keep the wine balanced is very important. And this 2022 vintage that we're offering for Barrel Futures this year is a great example of what I'm talking about. The wine is very soft with that nice kind of chewy tannin to it. It's got a ton of fruit, huckleberry, blackberry. It's got this berry jam richness to it with hints of cedar and cigar. We're super excited about the wine, and Petit Syrah is always one of our favorites, and we hope you enjoy it.
Back in 1981, when I was making Chardonnay at Clos du Bois, I was talking to my dad, who was always interested in wine, and he said, "John, how come you don't make any Viognier?" And I said, "What is Viognier?" And he said, "Well, it's a grape from the south of France that you really ought to look into. Nobody's making one." So I did look into it, and I got some of the first cuttings that were released from UC Davis, planted them here in our vineyard. We grow all our grapes organically, of course. You can see the wild calendulas are coming up in the vine row, and life is kind of beautiful out here. The thing that I love about Viognier is it's a full-bodied, dry white wine like Chardonnay, real mouth-filling, real rich and soft, but it has this kind of haunting floral note that makes it really attractive. The French always said that it's the most romantic of wines, which is why they never exported it to us, but drank it all in France. Anyway, it's a wine that we like to barrel ferment and put through secondary malolactic fermentation, fermenting in old barrels, not to give character to the wine, but to give softness to the wine, which is what barrel fermentation does. It integrates the character of the barrels into the wine in a way that's seamless, but we're not using a new oak in it. The real star is the fruit, and the fruit is all about white peaches, spice, all things wonderful.
Hey, what's up? We're at Taylor Vineyard. This is a new vineyard we got last year. It's in the north end of Dry Creek Valley. It's old vine Zin, mostly planted in the 80s. However, some of it dates back to 1890. All head train vines. We're pretty pleased with this property. Gets a lot of sunlight, so we're able to get the grapes nice and ripe. Right now the wine is tasting awesome in barrel. Lots of notes of cherry, strawberry. We do have a little bit of new French oak on there too that will help develop some kind of spicy, toasty notes in there as well. It's going to pretty much spend the rest of the year in barrel. We'll be pulling it out in January for bottling and have it ready for you guys in the spring.
All right, welcome to Dry Creek Valley. This is our Cabernet Franc fruit is coming off of for the 2021 vintage. You can see the Dry Creek runs along the back side of this property here. The other side is where my shop is, hence the name Shop Block. It's where I used to build my furniture before I moved into a different shop. It's a lovely vineyard, about 40, 50-year-old vines. The wine itself came out just fantastic. It's got some really nice kind of rose petal, a lot of kind of blueberries, a little bit of vanilla. We used some American oak in it, so a little bit of that vanilla comes out. But it's a wonderful wine. I think you guys will really enjoy it. All right, 2022 Ullman Vineyard Pinot. Most of you are familiar with this. It's coming from the vineyard, Ullman Vineyard, out in Russian River Valley. Much cooler climate, nice sandy loam soil, beautiful place for growing Pinot. This wine here, 2022, to be honest with you, is one of the best vintages that I think I've made of Ullman. It's just quintessential, cherries, bright acidity. It's just wonderful wine. I think you guys will all really enjoy it. Has so much potential, so make sure that you get some while it lasts.